2, this is 3. I cannot hold the superior rectus tendon. I hope this is the superior rectus tendon. Yes. So this is the superior rectus bridle suture. Passing a superior rectus bridle suture is very much essential for the beginner surgeons. Experts can manage without this suture. And now I am going to make a tunnel. Before that, conjunctival peritomy is to be done. So this is conjunctival peritomy. We can see some corneal opacity here. Just going along the limbus to do conjunctival peritomy. The incision size is going to be about 7 millimeter. Next, cautery, bipolar cautery. Not necessary. So let us do bipolar cautery. This is also very much needed for beginner surgeons, but don't do too much cautery. Just do a minimal amount of cautery, touch and come off. And now we are going to make an incision over the sclera. We are going to a little higher magnification. And now this is a mild frown incision, almost straight. Now how deep to go? You can see this crescent blade. It should be up to this. The beveled portion of the blade just should go in the groove of the incision. Once it is done all around, now we are going to make the tunnel. Just go to into the clear cornea, sweep backward and to the left. And do the tunnel on the left. Irrigate. And now the tunnel on the right side. Go into clear cornea, sweep backward and to the right. And now we have to do de novo. We have to do Capsulorhexis. Since there is corneal opacity and the cataract is appearing white, though it is not white, it's actually mature cataract. Because of the corneal opacity, it is appearing like that. So, trypan blue dye has been applied over the anterior capsule. The dye is now washed out, and now we are going to inject visco. This is 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. The visco is being applied over the cornea for better visibility. And now we are going to do Capsulorhexis. I'm trying to do rhexis by the needle itself, making the flap, and just now I'm pushing this flap up to 3 o'clock, and from 3 o'clock I am pulling the flap and the rhexis is done. Visco. Now inject some visco through the side port, make the eyeball with adequate pressure, and now I am going to irrigation. Now I have to go to the anterior extreme of the tunnel up to this, and then I have to go downward and extend the tunnel on the right side and on the left side. And now I am going to do hydrodissection, and let us see if the nucleus prolapses into the anterior chamber by the hydro itself. Yes, the nucleus has come out of the bag by hydro itself. Now we have to protect the cornea. Must inject some visco between the lens and the corneal endothelium, and then some visco behind. And now I'm going to use a irrigating vectis to deliver the nucleus. We'll just place the vectis and guide the nucleus out. If the wound is adequate, it comes out like this very smoothly. And next, I will inject some visco, and if there is any epinucleus, it should come out by visco expression, but it is not free epinucleus, it is still attached to capsule. That's why it didn't come out. So I'm just aspirating it out with now I'm going through the side port and removing the cortex from 12 o'clock. So it's almost clean, visco. Now I'll make a side port here to clean the cortex from the right side. because this cortex from at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it will not come out through the side port. Yes, now it has come off very nicely. Now we are going to implant a lens. Lens though. We're going to implant a lens in the capsular bag. This is a PMMA rigid lens. .5 chilona. This is optic size is 5 millimeter. So I should place the lens in the bag because this size of the optic is less. Visco. Now I'm going to check it whether it is in the bag or not. This side is on the bag, that side is not nicely visible. So let us rotate the lens, bring the other haptic here, and this is also in the bag. So the lens is nicely centered in the capsular bag. Now we are towards the end of the surgery. We just have to clean the visco, reposit the iris and conclude the case. This visco cleaning should not be just a hurry up job. It should be, we must spend quality time here to remove this visco. Here this is moxifloxacin. Now I am going to hydrate corneal stroma to close the side ports. Now this is the final lavage of the anterior chamber, and I am going behind the lens and irrigating the capsular bag at this time and removing all the visco from the capsular bag. And here I form the anterior chamber, and the intraocular part of the surgery is done. But I find that the lens is not nicely centered. Sinski hook. So I am going to the lens is okay now. Let us feel the pressure, intraocular pressure, it is normal. Let us check the wound, main wound, it is clean, no leakage. Give some pressure on the eyeball no leakage. And now we are going to conclude the case by a subconjunctival injection of gentamicin and dexamethasone. And this conjunctiva will come to limbus by this injection. And this surgery is being concluded here. Thank you very much.